think our education system helps Singaporeans find their purpose in life?
Oh.
Yeah, because I've always wondered this, right? Because our goal has always been to study. I mean, my end goal was always to get into uni, right? That's what my parents wanted for me, and that's the goal that I have set for myself. But do I actually know what I want to do?
What do I need to get out?
But before we go into like everyone's opinion, how about you, Clara? Like, what do you? How do you?
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you think about it?
I think that there is so much to be improved in our system. Mainly because my main goal was to enter into uni, and now that I'm in uni, I feel like I'm having an existential crisis because I don't. I think even before that, even in secondary school, I didn't have a clear path of what I wanted or what I was even interested in, because like I was forced to be interested in everything, right? I had to learn math, I had to learn Chinese, I had to learn language, I had to do a lot. There wasn't a lot of time for me to go and explore other things. Whatever time I had outside of school was to do tuition, right? So after that, so that was already a problem when I had to choose my diploma, because diploma already started going into specifics, right? You had to be interested in certain area. So I had to choose the most broad topic or broad diploma just so that it would give me more options. And it was the same thing when I chose for my uni, because at that point of time, even though going through a communications diploma, I still had no idea what I was doing or whether communications was the right choice for me. And then when I went to... Huh? You didn't know that? Okay.
Like we've been friends for so long, I didn't know.
I enjoyed communications, but a part of me always wondered, is it the right path for me? Because I haven't gotten a chance to experience all the other paths or have pursue any other interests besides my studies, right?
Yeah.
So I chose again the most broad subject that will give me the most options, which was business. You see? So I guess it's like, clearly I think there are so many gaps in our education system. I think there needs to be a lot of improvement to help kids kind of decide what they want to do or broaden their interests at least, so that they have an idea of what they want to do or what they don't want to do. Because now it's so focused on studies, you are forced to only focus on studies and that is your end goal, right? And I don't think that should be the way, because at the end of the day, you are going to in a specific profession. Maybe it's not a profession that you will pursue later on in life when you're in your 40s, your 50s, but it should always give you a starting point. Yeah, it should always give you a starting point where you can at least build somewhat of a career so that you can have even more choices to pursue stuff, right?
Unlocked a memory of mine. I don't know if you guys had it, but like in my schools, like secondary and primary, we had this thing where you had like the career day sort of thing. So they give you like quizzes, like BuzzFeed quizzes, except make it like MOE style. So they ask you like, what is true? So like I remember like when I was in primary school, right? We answered like a list of questions, and then they would tell us what is the suitable career for us, and I got disc jockey, I got DJ. I was like, are you kidding? DJ? Well, I entered the CCA, so anyways, but yeah, so like we had that.
I don't know what she was driving at, but okay.
I know, yeah, I know, but like as in like I would say like we had all these things, like it was very technical, like true to Singapore's like way of doing things. Everything was very technical, and we never really had like a hands-on, which is why I'm glad that my brother actually went to ITE, because then he has a lot, like he has more time to think about what he wants to do. So now he's learning IT com stuff, so then he can see whether that is the path for him, and if it is not, then he can just like change his path if he chooses to go to poly and stuff like that. So he has like more chances, and because of the way they do things, he also gets to really like have a hands-on feel of whether or not it's for him. For us, I think maybe like because we went to poly, right, you would know whether this path is for you once you've entered intern, because what you learn in the textbooks is different from actually applying it. Because we learned SWOT analysis. Did we actually do that like in our...
I did a bit of it.
I mean,
I'm doing a bit of it now.
Yeah,
just...
but for some it might not be.
I think the problem is Singapore does offer these avenues for you to figure out your passions and other things and explore. The problem is it's a little too late, in the sense that this opportunity only comes during poly or uni. So if you go to JC, you might not really have as much of an avenue to go and explore.
He's thinking so hard right now.
There are CCAs, right? Like there are CCAs, but the thing of CCAs, right, it has become so much of a... You can only pick one, right? In most places, you can only pick one CCA. And then a lot of times, people either choose one that their parents pick for them since they were young, or they just stick to something that, they've done like since primary school. So it's like a safe zone, right? But CCAs
See,
you know,
some of
aren't
them are
always
sports
there
also.
aren't always career also. Like not
Yeah.
everybody wants to be a sportsman or musician. You get what I mean? So things like, you know, let's say if you're doing comms or accountancy or, you know, you want to be a lawyer, all these like very specific professions, these options are not even in our field of sight when you are in secondary school. So
But there's
I
debate club.
no, but that's, you know, one out of like many. Like how many schools offer music as a subject in secondary school? Very little. Very little.
Good point.
Yeah, so it's a very, so I agree that, you know, in primary school we should all have the same basic education, but I wish that all these avenues were opened up to us slightly earlier in secondary school.
I get you.
Your counterpoint.
Okay, my counterpoint, right? I guess it goes back to the early argument where, like, you brought up the point that school doesn't help you find your purpose in life. My counterpoint to that would be that I don't think it is the objective of the education system to help you decide what you want to do in your life, right? You're figuring out your life's purpose is this big thing. I mean, people for thousands of years have been wondering what is the purpose of life, right?
Unga bunga,
Yeah, Unga Bunga. Like ever since like cavemen in the like caves are like, oh, Unga Bunga life. Like, is life all about chasing mammoth? There is more to life, you know? Like, people have been trying to figure this out for like ages. Plato, Aristotle, and then like you move on to like the modern age, right? People are still like wondering like, what am I here on this earth for? So I don't think it's the responsibility of the education system to help you decide in 12 short years what the purpose of your life is, because people can't even decide on what the general purpose of life is, right? I think it can help, it can provide some avenues. You have your CCAs. To a certain extent, even in uni, you have your internships that help you decide like, okay, like where do I go after my path branches out from here? Like let's say I'm doing business, right? Then you can take certain internships to help you decide specifically what fields of business do I want to go into. But I think deciding what purpose your life has is more of a holistic decision, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It should rely not just on the education system, but I think it should also rely on, like, say, your family, your friends, the other people who matter to you, you know? So it's not the sole responsibility of the education system. So I think they should get less flack for not helping you decide. Like, it should give you the tools to fulfill your purpose, but I don't think it should help you decide your purpose in and of itself.
Yeah.
Well, this conversation can go on forever, but we'd like to hear from all of you. So the mic is open, so let us know in the comment section what you think about your education system, be it in Singapore or in your own home country if you're watching from anywhere outside of Singapore.
Hi, I'm Ian.
I'm Clarabelle.
My name is Alastair,
I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Mira.
and we are Open Mic! See, that's so cute!